Welcome to January 2015's Coffee with Manitou session part 4. We start this video off with Josh Tafoya continuing file cleanup and history logs.
History and log files at the moment need to be managed manually. What that means is if we look at our database, this is getting into the database part of this, and we get into the Manitou and look at the tables, we've got several different types of logs that there's a new one for each month. For example, for the audit trail, for the binary objects, for the customer log, for the media gateway, for the raw data, for the system log. Every one of those there's a new month for it. And depending on, for example, if it's the NFPA that you're looking at, or if it's the UL, in terms of data retention, there's going to be somebody that's not us telling you how long you need to keep those. I've seen a number of central stations that keep them indefinitely. As long as they have hard drive space, they keep them in history. But what can happen at some point is that you're running out of drive space, or it just becomes unmanageable, or you just don't, it doesn't make sense to keep something from 7 years ago. So if you get in that kind of a situation, the first thing that you want to do is just run a full backup of Manitou. Come in here, run a full backup, and back it up to a place and put that in onto a thumb drive, put it onto a hard drive that will never be touched again unless we need to get back at it. But make a copy that's got all the data from right now on it. That's going to be the first step. And then you're going to want to talk to, at this point, you're going to want to talk to support and arrange the process for removing that stuff. We've got some scripts that will remove the history from those old files without causing any data corruption or anything. As always, we're gonna recommend that you never delete anything from the database or update the database without using Manitou to do it. It's going to require us to remove the stuff from there. I'm assuming at some point in the future that there will be the functionality in Manitou where there's a label in there that says amount of months that we're keeping history data or something like that, that will be implemented at some point, but of course I don't have a time frame on that. At this moment, there's nothing automatic in Manitou that will remove that stuff. It's still a bit of a manual process, but it's going to ensure the maximum amount of data available, because even when we do that, even when we remove history from Manitou, we'll still tell you to make a backup of it and to put it in a safe place in case in the future it comes to pass that you need to get back at the old data. There's still a place where the old data exists, where it hasn't been overwritten, where it hasn't been deleted, where it hasn't been ignored. So, and that's a huge manual process in and of itself. But if it's for a court case or something, it absolutely makes sense to be able to get back to it.
This concludes part 4 of the Coffee with Manitou session from January 21st, 2015. Register for next month's Coffee with Manitou session at boldgroup.com and check out any upcoming videos on our YouTube page. For more information, contact your account manager today at sales@boldgroup.com.